Hi folks, this will serve as my final capstone report for the OLC course in the Mastery Series on Instructional Design. My name is Owen Guthrie. I teach for the University of Alaska Fairbanks. I teach instructional design as it happens. It's a graduate course for the Online Innovation and Design program in the School of Education. For the OLC course, we've all created 3 products, and I'm going to be sharing those with you today. We've created a course learnings outcome matrix, the instructional strategy plan, and the course analysis and improvement plan. Of these 3 pieces, I found the course analysis and improvement plan by far the most beneficial, although I did find value in the other 2 pieces, value which will have a positive effect on my course when I teach it again in the spring semester. This is one iteration of my course from a couple years ago. It's a screenshot from the home screen of the WordPress incarnation, although now I teach out of Canvas. Okay, the course outcomes matrix I found valuable. It's a rather mature course I teach. I wasn't too surprised to see that I already have a fairly good distribution and address most of my outcomes across a range of activities. I did find the activity valuable, and it's an activity that I may have my students follow or iterate on because of the value I found in it. But I want to jump to the instructional strategy plan. And while I found the connection between objectives and strategies helpful, the most helpful part for me was identifying and reflecting a bit on the challenges I face. And I realized that the ongoing challenge I faced is due to the nature of my instructional strategies. I have a very strong reliance on collaborative and connectivist type, constructivist type strategies. And inevitably, as a graduate course with a relatively small cohort of adult learners, some students get behind or they drop out midterm, and this greatly negatively affects the collaborative or collective learning experience. So I've been doing some thinking as to how to address those, and those came out in the last piece, which I'm going to spend some time talking about, which is the course analysis and improvement plan. The one thing that I came to very quickly, and something I've known about my course, and I appreciated the opportunity to sort of reflect on and articulate the strengths and weaknesses of the learning experience, is that although I'm present frequently in weekly discussions, I do feel that the course is lacking what I would consider modern media content. I have a couple of instructional videos of myself talking about various topics, but really I would like to add a weekly video, and that's something that I should do and probably will do over the holidays. And it was good to sit down and actually say, yep, this is what the course needs to be brought up to the next level of standard. I do also have a variety of expectations, and for the most part, I articulate those in text. And I realized that my biggest problem with the cohort community, and again, the course is successful. I've had good reviews. Students often join the program after taking my course. I think I give myself a B, somewhere in the B range for a learning experience, but I really do want to improve it. I think one of the challenges comes to explicating course expectations. And so when I came across this item on the course analysis, I had to think and reflect a bit and realize that adding video of me discussing what my expectations were about the learning community, about sort of this collective responsibility we have toward one another's learning, would hopefully help engender sort of a more positive community aspect and better discussion participation. So even though they're fairly decent participation by most, it's always the lower quartile or so that we're addressing with this kind of activity. But I also wanted to add some currency. One of the things I think about the topic of instructional design, and I felt often throughout this OLC course that it's a little bit self-referential that I'm taking a course on instructional design. I teach a course on instructional design, both of which are about quality teaching. And here I am a student and a teacher in these environments. And it gets into this sort of recursive loop that's can drive one a bit insane. Regardless, I hope to add what I think one of some of the most compelling and interesting aspects of instructional design are what's going on now. And I try and do that with sort of a coffee room place where I have a discussion board where people can bring whatever they want. but I'd like to add an even more challenging and engaging aspect of that. So I hope to address that in the future. Again, I do provide a variety of videos. I do not, however, provide any audio, so it's mostly text and a few videos. And as I said here, I hope to create those over the holidays. And this is another point in which I sort of had to be self-critical on. My videos are not fully accessible. Some of them are subtitled, especially ones from other instructors. And a few I've added scripts and subtitles to, but a few of my own I have not. And I really, I can't carry on that way in good conscience. I sort of let myself off a little bit thinking, well, at graduate level instructional design, you find fairly few students who are significantly disabled because you're creating learning experiences, and it just calls upon a lot of different capacities. But the reality is that's not a good excuse, and I need to have my materials fully accessible. So as a result of the course analysis, I came up with a plan to do that. Again, assessments and evaluation intentions are clearly communicated. This gets back to this idea of adding some instructional videos. The course is project-based. There's a very big 20% of the grade is based on creating a course module. And every year I get sort of a variety of products, and I often show the best products as examples. But still, I think that including these in the course rather than going to dig for them and direct students outside, directly including these in the course with a screencast or instructional video would greatly help that final capstone piece, and add that so that students can look forward and see that this is the clear expectation that they're building toward, rather than asking about it in the last couple of weeks of the course would greatly help the course design. So as a result of the analysis improvement plan, I'll be getting this done here before the start of the next semester. Lastly, as a result of the course improvement plan, I really want to try to have students work on some practical application issues within instructional design. It's very easy to talk in the theoretical, and I do have them create their own module unit, and of course that's often very practical, but there's such a diversity of practical challenges out there within instructional design that I felt that that would be one way to really supplement the course. So sort of as a pilot program that I'm not really sure this is sort of a high risk of failure activity, I want to bring in some sort of practical word problems, if you will, for instructional design, and have students chew on those a bit. Some of the challenges we face, as we all know, are very significant, especially as we work outside of our own field and areas of comfort. So this is an area that I really appreciated this question in the course analysis questionnaire, and as part of my improvement plan, I hope to address this, and it's one of the more exciting aspects of my course for the spring semester. So those are my three products, and I found, as I mentioned, the third product, the course analysis and improvement plan, to be by far the most valuable for me in terms of coming up with a plan and sort of putting my nose to the grindstone and saying, yes, these are the actual things I'm going to improve. I really liked the overall content and discussions within the course, and found the experience very valuable. So thank you very much, and best wishes to all, and goodbye.